Fan Bam, what's going on? I know we've all heard the quote that time heals all wounds, and this is something that I think I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, but I've been scared to talk about because it's something that I've dealt with for years. As you guys know, this whole YouTube channel started on me playing football, being in the NFL, and a lot of you guys are hearing from when I got released from the Vikings, and that was a really hard time in my life. When I got released from that team, the release from the Patriots, released from the Dolphins, just all the stuff that happened to me, to where I was wounded for a long time, to where I couldn't watch football. I didn't like watching the game. I had a hard time watching my little brother play because I wanted to play with him. And I've just gotten to a point where I can watch football again. So this week just passed up from the first game. Me and Charlotte watched football on Sunday all day, and then there was just the Monday night game with the Saints. And tonight is Thursday night football, and I can actually watch football now and enjoy the game. Through this YouTube journey, I would record videos that I wouldn't show, kind of like a diary for myself, where I would let thoughts out about how I felt about football and the things that I was feeling. And I thought I would never show them. They were kind of just for me. And I've gotten to the point in my life, 2 years later, where I can share these things and let you guys know kind of where I was at mentally. And hopefully I can help people out there who deal with something like this, where they feel like their one true love is gone. And the thing about me was, for a long time, I pointed fingers at people of why I was where I was at. And I had a realization of, some of the things that I said may have been valid, but I was forgetting the one thing that was the most important. I really don't even know if I'm ever going to post this, and I just feel like I need to talk to the camera and let this out. Today might be one of the first days in a long time where I've been on the verge of crying, because I've been in my thoughts. For so many years, I pointed my finger at the NFL, like the NFL, it's your fault that I'm not in the league. The teams did me wrong and all this stuff. And I think today God put it on my heart that that wasn't the case. My first year in Miami, my rookie year in Miami, really hit me today. I pointed so many fingers at the GM, the president, the coaches, about why I'm not there, and when I know I should be, when I know I should be. And I stutter when I said I should, because I get nervous saying that sometimes, because I'm always somebody who, like, it's all in God's plan. Like, it's God's plan for you to be there, and if you're not there, it's because it's not God's plan, which I truly do believe. But there's some things that I could have done differently, as far as my attitude and the plays that are left on the field, the way I carried myself. I think me being drafted kind of put this thing on my shoulder to where I felt like I made it, because that's what's been praised for you to do for so long as a kid, and going to high school and being in college. When you get to college, that's all I talk about is going to the league, how much money you're going to make, and then you think about the money you're going to make and how you're going to help your family and stuff. And once I got that, I feel like I made it. And I think I would say lost the love for the game, with the things that come with the game of being in a league overshadowed, why I really was there and how much I loved playing the game of football. Getting the Nike deals and getting the sign-in bonus and going to special events, going to, Publix to go speak and get a couple $1,000s for speaking. Like, that was all part of, like, the lifestyle of being an NFL player. Thank God I had a girlfriend for a long time who I knew was going to be my wife, to where, I wasn't going out and to South Beach and going to the club and stuff, because even though I was in a relationship, I wanted to do those things. When those guys would come back and talk about going to the strip clubs and going to the clubs and having a fun time, and I would front up there and say like I didn't care, like I'm at home. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to go, because I did. But I was pointing the finger so long at the Miami Dolphins for my career, when in reality a lot of it was laid in my hands. There's some things I could have done differently, but I'm not gonna go back and say I can go back. I wish I can go back and change time. I know that I went through that for a reason, and I know that God had me go through that for a reason. But today is the day where I man up and look it in the face and say, stop pointing the finger. A lot of it was because of you and some of the decisions that you made, some of the plays that are left on the field, the way I carry myself sometimes. And I never really was that way until I got there. When I was in high school, I loved playing just because I loved playing. I had no idea how to get to college. Never thought about it. I knew I wanted to go, but I just knew I loved playing football. I loved getting the ball and running the ball up and down the field. I loved making tackles. I just loved it. And that got lost as I got higher and higher in the levels of football from college to the NFL. And there are some ways that I handled some things when I got to the league that had to do with the way I was coached in college. But yeah, I just wanted to let this out. I don't know if I'm ever going to share this with anybody. This is just something that that was on my heart today, and like I feel like God put it on my heart and my mind and say it's time for you to look at this in the face, and I want you to realize this. And I do think because God's going to turn something out for me, He's going to present me with another opportunity, and He just wanted me to realize this now when the opportunity comes. And it's weird because when I was in New England, I worked my butt off, man. I worked so hard when I was in New England. Then it didn't happen for me. There's some plays that were left on the field just like any other player. And when I was with the Vikings, I didn't really get an opportunity to play. So, I worked my butt off there, but I didn't really get an opportunity to play. In Tennessee, when I went to the mini camp in Tennessee, I got worked my butt off for the 3 days that I was there. And I felt like I played so well, and it didn't happen for me, and I was devastated after that. So now it's July something. I think it's like the 23rd. And today this was on my mind, and I feel good to let it out. And when the next opportunity comes, I'm not going to waste it. And that's from a spiritual standpoint, mental, physical, just all of the above. So I'll be waiting for the opportunity to come, and I know it will, because I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my bones. It's just about being patient and being still and let God be God, but dealing with the reality of some things and looking some things in the eyes as a man should do. So yeah, as confusing as all that may have been, I was pointing the finger at people for a long time, and I really evaluated myself. And that was such a God thing for me to look at the situation and stop pointing fingers and look at myself and the things that I did and the things that I could have did better, the way I could have mentally went in before that. And the thing about being an older brother, I'm the oldest of my siblings, and I didn't really have anybody teaching me anything. I kind of just went with the flow and learned as I went. And the NFL isn't that kind of business, isn't that kind of league. You need to perform now, do it now, know now. And that wasn't for me. And I wish I could have did things differently. I have no regrets for how I did them because God's timing is perfect. Everything works how it's supposed to. So yeah, I'm here 2 years later where I can watch the game, I can enjoy the game and help people, and I love what I do. But now I think it's time for me to start bringing football back because I can watch it. I can utilize all the things that football has taught me, from getting up at 4:30 in the morning to work out, the way that I teach and handle my daughters about discipline and working hard at the young age they are now, the way that I carry my household and structure, it's all from football. And these are things I want to bring down to my daughters and my marriage, to love and to have discipline and to work hard and to be selfless. Football has done so much for me, and I'm so grateful for football. I'm so grateful that my parents put me in at a young age to learn these things. And yeah, so that video was years ago. It may be confusing when I talk about wanting to go to the strip clubs with my teammates and stuff. It's because I was this young kid with this money, and you can kind of do what you want, go in the world and whatever. And I was conflicted because I loved my girlfriend, I loved being there, but I also wanted to experience these things because my mind just wasn't in the right place. Playing football at a young age, to college, to the pros, when money and stuff comes in, it gets confusing. You know what I mean? Like when you get to the league, it's not just about the game. You know what I mean? It's about the business, and it's about the decisions, and it's about making the best decision for the organization. And a lot of people may not understand that unless you're in the business. But I got the best part of it was being drafted, and I got the worst part of it of being cut from teams. I've been on Super Bowl winning teams that I got cut from. I've been on terrible teams that I got cut from. I've been on average teams. I've seen a lot in my few years that I was in the league, and I learned so much, and I'm so grateful. But now it's time for me to open this door back up about football and show I'm going to implement football, the things football has taught me for my daughters, hopefully a son one day. And yeah, I'm just ready to start talking about football again. So we all know that this channel has been faith, family, football, film, and fatherhood, but football has been absent for a long time, and it's because of me. It took me time to heal, and I can say that I'm healed. And anybody who's out there who's hurting, who's going through something like this, time heals all wounds. Evaluate everything. Don't point fingers at people, and see what you could have done better. Because once you can look it in the eye and realize that you could have done some things differently, it starts the healing process more, because everything's in your hands and you can do something with it. So I'm excited to open up this chapter again and share things that I haven't shared. So I'm excited. It's time to be vulnerable, and yeah.